Hi guys, welcome to this week's My Halifax. My name's Adam Cooper. If you're new to our YouTube channel, we make videos all about the fun and cool things you can do in and around Halifax. Now this week's video is going to be a little bit different. We talk about all the important reasons of why you need to vote in this election. Now I thought that something like the First Leaders Debate would give the undecided voters a good idea of what their party stood for. But instead we got this weird kind of shouting match that was next to useless, which is why we're making this video. Don't worry, I'm not going to tell you on who I think you should vote. That decision is 100% your own. It's none of my business and it's your personal choice. This video has one purpose, which is to get everybody out and get everyone to vote. So if you look at the last election, around 68% of the Canadians that could vote voted, which sounds like a big number. But if you look at our province, for example, we have around 1 million people here. That means that 320,000 votes were not cast. That's not a small number. So why is our vote count so low? I think for a lot of people that are either undecided voters or have decided not to vote, they're a combination of people that just feel unsure on who to vote for, not sure what the actual difference is between the different parties that are running, how any of this will actually affect them, and will the vote even make a difference? It's times like this when it would be a really good thing to have a useful, constructive leaders debate. But since that's not what we got, what can you do? The first thing you can do is do as much research as you can to kind of find out what each party stands for and who your local candidates are and what are the issues that they're going to tackle that are going to affect you. One thing you can do is go to town hall meetings like this one here in Lakeside, and that way you can actually hear what your candidate is actually all about. You should also go to as many roundtables and debates as you possibly can. Try and get a feel for what each candidate stands for and what are their issues that are burning with them and how that's going to affect your riding and where you live. Basically, the more information you have, the easier it is for you to make an informed decision. People do have different thoughts on how you should vote. Some people believe that you should vote for who you want to see run the country, who you want to see be the next Prime Minister, because that's who's going to steer Canada in the direction it's going to go. Others like to vote locally, like to see who's going to look after the interests of what's going to affect them directly in their riding. Others like to go a strategic route. This is when a person who's voting doesn't want party A to win, so they vote for party B, even though they would like to see party C win, but they know that the chances of party C winning is slim, so they effectively vote for someone they don't want to even be in power just to stop party A from winning the election or even winning their riding. I actually think it's voters like this that actually become disenfranchised with the process of elections altogether, because effectively what they're doing is they're not voting for who they want to win, they're voting to stop someone from not winning. And the problem with that is you can be in a situation where you use a vote because you think it will make a difference trying to stop something, but you effectively don't. So it almost becomes a wasted vote, which is what you're trying to avoid in the first place. And you can see why people are getting frustrated if that's the situation or the choices they're left with. For me personally, I'm going to vote locally. I'm going to vote for the candidate that I believe is going to tackle the issues that are affecting our community so much. In an election like this, when there's so much noise coming from different parties, their supporters, and there's kind of a Punch and Judy style political show happening, it's kind of hard to read through the noise and the facts to find out where you should put your vote. So please do your research and do what's right for you. You have a vote and your vote matters. This is actually the first time that I am voting in a Canadian election. Last time there was an election, I wasn't a citizen, so I didn't have a vote. Not having a vote felt like not having a voice and not being able to influence the way that my country and my home was going to go. Make your voice heard, use your vote, it can make a difference. Like I said earlier, this is not a sponsored post in any way. This is about getting people out to vote. This is an important election for Canada where we're going to decide our country's future. That is something that everyone should have a say in. So if you need any more information on where to vote or how to vote, we've attached Election Canada's website in the description below. Please head there if you want more information. We have about a week until polling day on the 21st of October, so there's still a week for you to decide where to put your vote. So thank you for watching this week's video. I know it's nothing like we normally do, but I do feel passionate about the people's voices being heard, and in an election like this, I think it's really important that everyone has a say. So thank you for watching this week's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you next week. So in the last election, around 68 people or 68 Canadians actually went out and voted, which sounds like a big number, but it's actually not. It's very close to being a half. If you look at our province of Nova Scotia with around 1 million people, that means that 320,000 votes weren't cast. That's not a small number.
You said 68 people voted.
No. Thank you for making it all the way to the end of this week's video. Please hit the big round subscribe button so you never miss one of our cool videos. Follow us on all social media, link below, and we've got a couple of videos here we thought you might like to watch.